All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are about a month away from Caleb Williams being QB1 for the Chicago Bears. Ryan Poles has been speaking so highly of him in the last couple of days. Folks, it's hard to look at the Chicago Bears roster on paper and not be ecstatic. The NFC North in general is on its way up. It looks like it's going to be an ultra competitive division for like the next 5 to 10 years. And the Chicago Bears on paper, even though they technically QB1 is Tyson Bagent right now, folks, I look at this offense. We know the deal with their defense, recent additions of like Montez Sweat, the re-signing of Jalen Johnson. They picked up Kevin Byard. You still have Tyreek Stevenson coming off a phenomenal season. You got guys like Gervon Dexter Sr. You've got Zach Pickens, TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, Jaquan Brisker. Like that defense is young and it is hungry. Ryan Poles said, "We're gonna win the North and never give it back." Folks, Caleb Williams to the Chicago Bears is going to change everything. You also have Shane Waldron as your fresh new offensive coordinator who orchestrated a top 10 Seattle Seahawks offense a couple of seasons back, led Geno Smith to a 30 touchdown season, a Pro Bowl appearance. They almost took down the San Francisco 49ers. Like, that offense in Seattle with what he had, it was very good. And you take a look at the offense right now with recent additions of DeAndre Swift, the trade for Keenan Allen. Caleb Williams is going to be in a really good spot when he is playing football for the Chicago Bears, which at this point seems like it's only a matter of time. But folks, before we get into tonight's video, if you enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Bears videos and daily NFL content. Bears fans, try and get this video to 250 likes. That would mean the absolute world to me. I can't lie to you. So Chicago in the first round, they only have 4 picks in this year's draft. It wouldn't even surprise me if they were to trade down from 9. But the point is this: Ryan Poles really can't go wrong in the first round of this year's draft. You got pick number 1. You're selecting Caleb Williams unless something crazy happens. And at pick number 9, you're going to have a bunch of different options. You can go with Odunze. You could go with maybe even Malik Neighbors. I think because of Gerald Everett being signed, I don't think that they're going to go with Brock Bowers, but you can still go with Brock because he's more of a wide receiver than he is a tight end. You could go with Joe Alt if he slips all the way to 9. You could fill the other defensive end with Dallas Turner from Georgia. There's a lot of really good options just coming their way. And, even like a guy like Dallas Turner, I would love it. Paired up with Montez Sweat. I get it would be a little bit more underwhelming. I think I just said he played at Georgia. He had a phenomenal last season at Alabama, and he's just a really talented player. And he can't go wrong. Like, Ryan Poles really can't go wrong. I'd take a fresh LT if Joe Alt falls that far. I'd take a Dunze. I'd take Malik Neighbors. And even speaking of the 2 wide receivers that might be available to you at pick number 9, their offense kind of reminds me, or I should say their wide receiver room kind of reminds me of what Shane Waldron had this past season in Seattle. DJ Moore had a phenomenal year, right? We know that. He absolutely lit it up. You got your solidified wide receiver 1. He's coming off a great season, 96 catches, over 1,350 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns. He averaged 14 yards per reception. And Keenan Allen, this is still, in my opinion, kind of flying under the radar. Keenan Allen is perfect for a rookie quarterback. He's perfect for any quarterback, but he's going to make your rookie quarterback's job that much easier. He is a several-time Pro Bowler. Before his injury in 2022, he played 10 games. He had made 5 straight Pro Bowls. Unfortunately, he did get injured at the end of this past campaign, but he was on his way for a career year. He had, in just 13 games, folks, just 13 games and a Pro Bowl appearance, 108 total catches, over 1,240 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns. Guys, he averaged 95.6 receiving yards per game. That is a career high. I get he's a little bit on the older side, but that's why you have DJ Moore, and that's why, if I had to take a guess, I don't think Joe Alt. I think Tennessee will probably take Joe Alt. I pick number 7 there. I think Neighbors will probably go to the New York Giants. I think at pick number 9, you're either going to go Dallas Turner or Dunze. And just thinking of a wide receiver room with DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Odunze, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett. I still got guys like Tyler Scott coming off an underwhelming rookie season. I still got speedster threat, Velus Jones Jr. And then we're going to pair all this stuff up with also a stud right tackle in Darnell Wright that they picked up in the first round last season. We're going to pair it up with a loaded running back room, folks. D'Andre Swift coming off 1,000-yard from scrimmage campaign, over 1,000 rushing yards. He can catch the ball. He can run. He can do a little bit of blocking. We're going to pair him up with, when he's healthy, just a consistent, reliable running back in Khalil Herbert, and Rashawn Johnson coming off a really interesting rookie season, showing his versatility, showing his playmaking ability, both in the receiving game and in the running game. This offense is loaded. And we take a look on this defensive side of things, folks. They're young and they're only getting better. And I'm talking about guys specifically like Tyrique Stevenson, Jaquan Brisker. Like Tyrique Stevenson, I know he had some down moments. He had some mistakes like every rookie player is going to have. But your secondary, I don't know when people are going to finally start to realize the Chicago Bears secondary, especially with recent addition of Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard before the Bears. And here's the thing. I feel like when the Bears make a move prior to signing a guy like Kevin Byard, right, who had 4 interceptions in 2022, 5 interceptions in 2021, including an all-pro first team and a Pro Bowl appearance. He's coming over from Philadelphia and Tennessee last season. It's almost like before these big time guys get signed from Chicago, they're like these, can't miss targets. Any team who picks up a guy like Kevin Byard is going to be so much better. And then the Bears pick him up. And it's like it lasted, the hype, it feels like in the NFL media world, lasted like a whole hour or two. I take a look at the Chicago Bears secondary. The re-signing of Jaylon Johnson was something, a lot of Bears fans saw coming. But then there was like this glimmer of doubt for, a little bit, especially when the season ended. Like, are they actually going to re-sign Jaylon Johnson? You start seeing rumblings of all these teams interested in him. Felt like the whole NFL, rightfully so, was interested in Jaylon Johnson. But we take a look at this secondary unit of Jaylon Johnson, Jaquan Brisker, Kevin Byard, Tyrique Stevenson, Terrell Smith coming off his rookie season. I still got Kyler Gordon back there. That secondary is loaded. And with Matt Eberflus coming back as the head coach, defensive-minded guy, it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if it feels like they're a sleeping giant in the secondary. It would not surprise me if they were one of the best secondaries in the National Football League this upcoming season, and they're only really just getting started. We've got really great rookies from last season like Gervon Dexter Sr., who had a great end to his rookie campaign. Montez Sweat acquisition feels like it pretty much turned the Chicago Bears defense from, average, maybe a little bit statistically below average to, one of the better defensive lines in the National Football League. So it wouldn't shock me if they do go with Alabama's Dallas Turner at pick number 9, but that linebacker room with Sanborn, Edmonds, and Edwards. Folks, the Chicago Bears on paper look absolutely money for the foreseeable future. They're going to be competitive next season, even if Caleb Williams has his struggles, which he probably will, like every rookie quarterback goes through. It's hard to not look at the Bears roster on paper and start licking your chops. That's it from me. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. But guys, let me know your current state of the Chicago Bears down below. Peace.